Good afternoon. So, welcome to the course outcome based education for effective teaching, and we have received several questions from in the forum. So, I jot down all the questions in the forum, and also we received the questions which is shared by the Excel file. So, I will discuss first the questions, then I discuss about the misconception, whatever the probably I guessing from that question answer session. Okay. First one is that assignment number 3, that question number 10. Yes, the point is correct. There is two correct answer is there. It is a differentiate high performance students over the low performance students, and the A, it is the difficulty. How difficult is the test item? Okay. So those two options are correct. Since the in master file it is assigned only one option, so we deleted that question and the evaluation is already done. So, and you receive that marks after evaluation. Okay. And then PPT, I think all PPTs are already uploaded right now in the website. You can get that all PPT. So PPT I have provided. Okay. And question number 10 is answered. Okay. Next one is that there is some question, the facilitation value is used to find how easy or difficult on item. Thus discriminant index is not for finding difficulty of questions. That is some forum questions is there. So if you go through my video, that I explain it, and it will be clarified most of the forum questions, that discriminative index and effectiveness of the discriminative index and facilitation value. So what we said that every test item, after you taken a test, every test item can be analyzed to find out certain parameters. What are the parameters? First parameter is called FV, facilitation value. Facilitation value. Second parameter is called DI, discriminative index. DI, discriminative index. And third parameter, if it is MCQ, then third parameter is called effectiveness of the distractor, ED, effectiveness of the distractor. Okay. Now, some questions is there, how do we divided the group, that upper group, lower group we talk about, no. Suppose I have 100 students in my class. Okay. So 100 students are there. Now suppose I take a test on 10 test item was there. 10 test item was there, and let's that highest marks, total marks is 20. Okay, and 10 multiple choice questions are there. Okay, each multiple choice has 3 options or 4 options, A, B, C, D. So this is my test. After taking the test, let out of this 100 student, they got different marks. But somebody get 19, somebody get 20, somebody get 18. So different people has different grade marks. Now what I do, let I rank them 1 to 100. I can rank them 1 to 100 based on the total marks they have got. Now what I want to analyze the test item, every test item, to find out the facilitation value, discriminative index and effectiveness of the distractor. Okay. Now if I see the what is facilitation value? Facilitation value is that how easy is the questions. So if the question is very easy, that means everybody can give the answer. Okay or not? So everybody can give the answer. So if everybody give the answer, then facilitation value will be 1. If nobody gives the answer, then facilitation value will be 0. Okay. Now, if you take all people together, then you know that since this is a student and marks distribution, it will be in Gaussian distribution. Okay. If I take all students to calculate the facilitation value, what will happen? That it will be average out. So what I will do, take the distribution of the marks. This is the highest category students, this is the lowest category students, means the students who get the highest marks, and this is the students who get the lowest marks. So I can say this is 20 and this is 0, and this is the number of students, student distribution. How many students got 20, how many got student 19, how many students got 18. So all are the here marks. Okay, so some student get 20, some student get 18, some number of student, maybe let's 2 student, maybe 4 student, maybe 6 student. So those numbers are there. Now if you see that, if you know that 3 dB down is called the upper group. So if I take the 3 dB down, 3 dB down of a resonance curve, mechanical resonance or electrical resonance, you know that 3 dB down means half power. Half power curve. What is half power curve? 1 by root 2. It is almost, you can say that this side is almost 0.27 or 27%, this side, and this side also 27%. So if I take the 27% of the 100 student, so I get upper group. This is the upper group and this is the lower group student. So those students are good students, those students are not that good students, so they are the lower group. So upper group, how many students? If it is 100 students, 27. Lower group, how many 7? 27. Okay. Now I want to find out how easy is the test item. So how to do that? If everybody give the answer, so all upper group students give the correct answer, all lower group students give the correct answer. So if all group are give the correct answer, then the facilitation value is equal to 1. So if test item number 1 carry marks 2. So let's all students, 27 students give the correct answers, 27 into 2 upper group, the upper group, plus 27 into 2 is the lower group, give the correct answer, divided by the, how many marks question is? 27 is the upper group, 27 is the lower group. So total number of students is 54. So if all marks, so 54 into 2. That's why in the formula it is written 2n into the marks. If it is marks is 1, that is 2n. If marks is 2, 2n into 2. Okay. So if you calculate this will be 1. So FB is equal to 1. Now when FB will be 0, nobody give the answer. So upper group 0, lower group 0 divided by 54 into 2 equal to 0. Now suppose out of 27 in the upper group, 20 give the correct answer, and out of 27 in the lower group, let's 10 students give the correct answer. Then the facilitation value is 20 into 2 plus 10 into 2 divided by total marks 54 into 2. So I can get 40 plus 20 divided by 54 into 2. So I get the FB value, which is less than 1. Similarly, DI. What is DI is meant for? DI is called the discriminative index. How good is my test item to differentiate the good students over the bad students? Or I can say the very good, the students who get highest marks, the students who doesn't get the highest marks. That means the students who has a confidence and student who does not have that confidence. So that is called DI. So how do you calculate the DI? So if DI will be 1 when only upper group student give the correct answer and none of the lower group student will able to answer it. Okay. So if it is upper group student give the correct answer, so I can say 27 student give the correct answer and none of the lower group student give the correct answer. Then only DI is equal to 1. Now suppose 5 lower group students give the correct answer. So DI value will be reduced because that is not that good discriminator which can 100% separate the good student to bad student. So I can say if suppose 5 students of the lower group give the correct answer, then 27 into 2 minus 5 into 2 divided by 27 into 2. Is clear or not? Sometime you can say di may be negative value. What conclusion is there? The question is so wrongly formed, the student who has the enough confidence on the subject are not able to understand the questions. That's why they don't give the answer. But students who does not have the confidence, they randomly choose the answer and some marks they have get. So that is the negative implication of DI. So I think this explanation will clear the doubt. There is many forum questions are there. What is 2n, group size, upper group, lower group? So there is a question, sir, is the group size is 16 or 8, upper group, 8, lower group? So it is not that group size is 16. Group size is upper group student is 8. 8 means 27% of the total student. So if there is a 30 students, then 27% becomes 8 students. So upper 8 students and lower 8 students. Okay. So if upper 8 student get the full marks, lower 8 student get the full marks, then the facilitation value is everybody get the full marks. So facilitation value is equal to 1. Okay. Then there is a questions on 2n related to the n and 2n. Another questions. So if you see that there is another question on n, whether it is n, 2n or like this. So that also I think will be clear from this. Okay. Now regarding the question assignment number 1, somebody says that he get yesterday it was changed to 73. It will be answer later on. Okay, that is not system, that will be corrected by the system. We understand that DI is a term which indicates the difficulty level of the question, but reference to the attachment snapshot taken of the snapshot I got, it seems that answer given by you is wrong. How DI is the differentiation, the index by which I can say how good is the question to differentiate good students over the bad students, or even I cannot say bad student, I can say the confident students over the less confident students. Okay. There is nothing to answer in forum. Then there is a question, I received an email, there is a questions on week 1 assignment number, assignment 1, question number 7. If you read the question, I said that psychomotor domain from descending order. So there is a term is descending order, so only one option will be correct. Okay. So this descending is mentioned. Yes, all are psychomotor domain. Not last one is cognitive domain, first one is effective domain, and middle one is psychomotor domain, and then also descending order. Okay. This is answer. Question number 10 I have already done, PPT is already given. Now there is some questions I received. Yes, the final assignment will be on MCQ. MCQ based and question will be there. Okay. And regarding the course objective, yes, this I want to discuss. So if you say there is a questions whether the objective and outcomes are same or not. Okay. If you see in my lecture I have mentioned here, this objective is called instructional objective. So instructional objective means which is written in the principle of instructional system design. So what ISD. So how do you written? It is a statement of something which is specific, measurable and achievable at the end of the course. Okay. So if I write my instructional objective that way, that becomes the outcome. So that's why in our case in this software, whatever we said objective is nothing but a outcome. We never said it is objective is not outcome. Objective means outcome, where I want to achieve. So it is written in form of ISD, instructional system design. A objective is specific, measurable and achievable. When you write that objective in this form, it becomes the outcome of your course. Okay? I think this will clear your doubt. Okay? Thank you. Next question. So, total marks is 50 question type. So, exam pattern, you have a question on exam pattern, total marks is 50, and question all are multiple choice questions. There will be 3 sections, section number 1 10 questions, section number 2 10 questions, and section number 3. So, section 1 1 marks question, section 2 2 marks question. So, 10 plus 20 30, and section 3 is 20 marks. That is not 10 question. Some question may carry 4 marks, some question may carry 2 marks, some question may carry 1 marks also. Okay? So, that depends on how I distributed that marks there. And all questions will be on similar fashion as in assessment and assignment are done, but primarily my objective is that at the end of the course you should able to write your course curricula in terms of outcome based, and you should use it for your day-to-day teaching. That is my objective. Not that marks and other things, I am not that much of spectacular about that, but my request all of you is that you use the software to design your entire course, and if you have any query, any doubt, you send us either my email ID or in forum, we will be clear it. So, after the course may be offer, course may be end by this week, I think so, and exam will be happen, but after the exam also the portal will be remain open. So, you develop your entire course on that portal, or you can register either your institute or training on that also, and develop your entire course and use it for your day-to-day teaching. Then only I can say my teaching is successful, because my intention is that make teaching more effective. Or I can say reversely, if you see the accreditation I said, in my accreditation I said, can I implement accreditation in my classroom? So, it is not that this course only help you to write the NBA document, I never claim that, and that is a byproduct. But my aim is that you use this software and write your curriculum to teach effectively, or I can say implement NBA in your classroom. Design your question paper which will increase the engagement of the students. If you just give the describe, define like that, no, none of the students will be engaged. So, please do that and do practice it and give me the feedback, so that I will be happy, very much happy that I can see that many of the teachers are use this concept for effective teaching. Okay? Now, I am reading out, there is a 2 questions. Sir, I am working in self-financing arts and science colleges. Our college is situated in rural area. Our students are very poor. Okay, second language. Okay. So, in that case, so you want to improve their language capability also while you are teaching the domain course. So, as I discussed in my video lecture also, please allow the student to speak in the class. Don't speak as a teacher you alone in the class. Please provide them the target, allow them to read in the home and come back in the class and start discussion in the class. Initially they will be poor second language, poor English, doesn't matter. They may be English may be wrong itself also, but if the sense is there, then you answer the questions, and once you practice it again and again, my hope is that their second language will be increased more and more. So, even if you one or two class you can take about English also. Let's debating on some topics on your subject. Give a topic on your subject which you want to clear, and then you tell all the students that please discuss. Let's discuss around this topic for let's 10 minutes. Whatever English they know, my English also not that good, I am not speaking about the British English. So, once you start speaking, your English will come up. So, that is my purview. Next one is, please provide some guidelines about the teaching in a private coaching center, how we motivate the students towards their study. Yes, I said student engagement. Okay. If you see that, I have given the same example in the class also, that if you see the JEE coaching, the student engagement in 18 hours a day, maybe students are practicing 18 hours a day. Then see the what motivates them. They motivate them that they have to clear the JEE exam and they have to admit it in IIT or NIT and take a good job. Now, if you want to really motivate the students, let them clear what they will achieve if they motivately do your class. So, suppose I provide a coaching for a particular subject. Am I clear to the students that end of the coaching, your objective or your outcome will be this, and if you are able to do this, then you achieve it. Then I think students will be enough motivated and they will follow your course. Okay, this is physiotherapy college. Okay, can I design a course on physiotherapy? Yes, you can do that. What about the course you taught, what about the course you teach, or what about the coaching you have done? Every course must have a goal. At the end of the course, what you expect from your student. That means at the end of the course, suppose you take a course on physiotherapy. I give an example. I don't know that physiotherapy, but I give an example. Suppose you are saying massaging, body massage. Okay. So suppose this is my subject topic. So it is not only theory subject, there is a practicality also involved. So you can include that practicality also in your course. Not only describe the theory, okay, this is part of the body. So not only, if you only describe the theory part, nobody will interested. Like a same thing, is that the same thing, like I don't know the physiotherapy, that's why I give an example of the driving school. Suppose I want to write down the objective of the driving school. Yes, I can write down. So what is the ultimate goal of the driving school? Say people will attend the driving school. At the end of the course, they should be able to drive a car. Not that they should know how the clutch functioning, how the gearbox functioning, how to make a clutch the car, how to brake the car. Not only that. Ultimate outcome is they should be able to drive a car in a specific road condition. So that is my objective. So unless you write down the clear-cut outcome from your course, nobody will be interested. So whatever the course, even if you provide a training also, at the end of the training, what learners should be able to do, that is the important. Okay? So yes, you can write down, no problem. So there is a question from there is a question that I am expected to give outline of the course. I am expected to give the subject matter description. If so, should it given in the form of modules? No. In assignment number 4, what I ask that please write whatever the subject you taught in whatever the level. Yes, maybe registration form there is a level called, it is designed for UG, PG kind of things. Forget about the UG, PG also, you can randomly choose it, but whatever the course you taught, you only write down at the end of the course what learner will able to do, and provide at least one test item by which you can test learner achieve the goal. So I said write down your course objective or course outcome and at least one problem which fulfill that yes, if the learner able to do this, they achieve the objective number 1 or they achieve the objective number 2. So this is the assignment. Okay? How much weightage to be given in the co-curricular and extracurricular event? Yes, this is question regarding the PO-CO mapping, I think so. Co-curricular and extracurricular event. Now, suppose what is your PO? PO is at the end of the program, what kind of skill set you want from your learner. That is PO. And if it is B, then as per NBA guideline, there is a 12 dimension, 12 you can say the 12 multiple discipline they have to learn the skill. Not only domain knowledge, but also domain independent skill also they have mentioned. Okay. Now, if it is that, then I have to say that each and every outcome, program outcome has been achieved by the learner by this set of course. Now you can say then every college's PO will be same. No, not at all. Suppose some colleges has a very good faculty or very good strength in one particular field. Let I give an example in electronics. Some colleges electronics department has a very good setup on microwave engineering. So their PO will reflect that their electronics course will produce a graduate engineer who has much more skill on microwave. So the employer only know, okay, if I go to this college, I can get the people who are know much more about microwave. So some college may be very good VLSI team. So their PO will be towards the VLSI. So co-curricular and extracurricular event, how much weightage, that all depends what kind of skill you want from your learner. If your extracurricular activity skill is much more important, put weightage there. If your co-curricular activity skill is much more important, put weightage there. Okay? Then is there questions? Is PO attainment through PO and CO is no more part of the NBA accreditation? Yes. So if I say that, if you follow my class, I say that PEO, first you understand what is PEO, what is PO and what is CO. So what is PEO? It is unfortunate that if you see more or more NBA document, all PO are same. It is not true. A college A has opened a program, let's B, for a specific purpose. Suppose college A open a program computer science to supply manpower to local industry, which is nothing but a TCS, IBM, maybe Cognizant, those kind of company. So my program educational objective of computer science is not to produce an engineer who will do the cutting edge research. My objective is to produce an engineer who will be employable on those company. So I never write my engineer will become entrepreneur, my engineer will be a very good researcher. That is not my mandate. I have opened the computer science program in this college with the setup to support or to supply manpower to the particular industry. So my PO will be mentioned that clearly. Unless what will happen? I can copy the PO of MIT. Is my college become MIT? If I copy the PO of IIT, is my college become IIT? Never. So depending on my college input and my college facility, I have opened a course on computer science whose primary objective is to supply manpower to the local industry. So that is my PO. Now how PO related to through PO? So PO, in PO you said that I will supply the manpower to this industry. So those industry, what kind of skill is required, you should be aware about it, and those skill is your part of PEO. How to develop those skills? To PO. So what is PO? PO says that if you see how the PO is come, suppose I want to measure the quality of education on a particular program. Your PEO said PO is the PEO, program educational objective, is the ultimate goal, or you can say the ultimate deal or ultimate aim, where you want to send your people. Based on that you have written, those skill I want. Now, everybody is an engineer. Let's say it is a BTech course. So, BTech computer science course, BTech computer science program. I want to measure the quality of the program objectively, not subjectively. Quality can be measured by objective or subjective. Subjective is that I can take an opinion of the students, present students, past students, all students, and I can find out what is the quality of my program. I am not talking about that. I am saying that objectively can I measure that program quality. Or let us take the scenario other way, that suppose you said I am producing a BE computer science engineer, is this BE degree is valid to other institute or not? So, to validate that institute, you must maintain certain basic quality of the students or basic skill set which is required to declare them a BE engineer. Why society say that this person is a BTech from Umuk college, like that, BTech from A institute with computer science? Why society will recognize that? If I does not have any certain skill or quality which will reflect that I am a computer science engineer. To jot down or to measure those basic quality, if you see the Washington records or same as NBA, they define 12 dimensions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. So, out of 12 dimensions, 5 are domain dependent and another 7 are domain independent. So, they said a BE engineer must have these 5 domain dependent skill and 7 domain independent skill. Now, you may say then every colleges, every program, all 12 skill are there. No, if you see, read the complex engineering problem, means complexity of the skill will be depends on program to program, institute to institute. Let's IIT. If IIT computer science graduate, what is my aim? I want to produce an engineer who will take care about the cutting edge research, or I can say the technology which will come in the next 20 years. So, if I say my complexity problem solving capability of the students, which is one of the parameter of NBA or Washington records, the student will able to solve complex engineering problem. So, the word complex in case of IIT is different, word complex in case of your college it is different. Because if my objective is to supply manpower to TCS, CTS, my complexity does not take care about the research. But in IIT, the complexity take care about the cutting edge research. So, my coverage, my course coverage, my course teaching depth will be different, outcome will be different from your institute. So, PO is nothing but a 12 dimension to measure the quality of the program. PEO is your program ultimate goal, why you offer this program, not to offer the certificate to the students. And how to achieve the PO? When you take the PO for a computer science, then it is another term is called PSO. So, there is a 5 domain specific PO. Once I take it to computer science, then it is become computer science PO. So, that is called PSO, program specific outcome. Rest 7 are same, domain independent outcome are same. That will be same for computer science, same for civil, same for electronics. But 5 domain dependent, one is problem solving capability, analyzing capability, design capability, design evaluation capability, design experiment capability, do experiment capability, data collection capability, data analysis capability, and modern tool uses capability. Those 5 skills are domain specific. That is called PSO. And that domain specific skill will be achieved through different CO. Different course will be offered. So who will develop those skills? Suppose if I say a computer or electronics students, electronics one of the PO is written, they at the end of the course they should be able to design an VLSI chip up to this level. So one of the course in that my program should be their VLSI design, where I actually develop this skill. So that will come from CO. So that is CO. So CO restricted to your course, PO restricted to your program, and PEO is the skill which you want, why you offer this course. So if I offer this course for creating industry ready engineer for those industry, my PO should reflect that. But it is unfortunate, many of you have written all NBA documents are almost equal. If you see the vision, PO, all all are equal, but it should not be equal, it will be different. Okay? And university exam as a direct measure tool is sufficient for assessing, or I should include the more direct assessment. See, what assessment you want to use, that depends on what you want to assess. Suppose let's say consider a course, you take a course. So course contain a outcome that student will able to simulate something using a particular software package. So suppose let's I give an example, let's I talk about the course on digital signal processing, and one of the course outcome I have written, at the end of the course student will be able to design an FIR filter using windowing method for given specific, design an low pass FIR filter for a given specification using windowing method based on MATLAB. Now at the assignment you can say university examination there is a write any 5 out of 8 question, at the end of the semester I can take the assessment. By that 3 hours assessment I cannot assess whether they able to implement it using MATLAB or not. Then I can design another assessment procedure. Let's I give them the mini project. This is your specification, you design that FIR filter and give it to me. So assessment, internal examination or university examination, assessment must be driven by the criteria which will define by your CO. If you see my diagram, it is a criteria based assessment. I want to ultimately assess the students whether they achieve the course goal or not. And it is a two part. One part is called while I am evaluating them to provide the grade, another part is called periodic assessment. That every week I take the assessment, I find out what is the misconception of the students, whether they are following the lecture or not. Because if I take that measure in the at the end of the semester, then nothing can happen. So as a teacher, once you design your outcome based curricula, you plan your own assessment method. That should be ensure that your outcome of the course is assessed in all respects. It may be end semester, it may be mid semester, it may be assignment, it may be a homework, whatever you given, but you should test their competence about their attainment of the goal. Okay? Okay, COPO attainment. So university exam, it is unfortunate. Suppose you write your CO, all are design, calculate, derive, determine in this level. So that means application, analysis and synthesis level, which is required for a BTech engineer. Now you see, your university exam has only said explain, describe, write a short note. So I will say the attainment of CO is 0, because the attainment of CO only test through the examination, or you can say the assessment, not examination. I am not use examination to provide the marks. I am use assessment to test whether they achieve the intended goal or not. So, once you define the goal in your course, you have to test, or you have to provide an assessment method by which you can test whether they achieve the goal or not. So, attainment not only depends on the university last question paper. Maybe you can take a class test, you can take a home assignment, you can provide a mini project, you can provide a 6 months project, 2 month project, programming assignment. All those are assignment technique, and what kind of technique you want to use, that depends on what CO you have written. As I explained earlier, that if one of your CO is writing ability of a simulation ability of the students using a modern tools, then your one of the assessment, it may not be end semester question paper only, one of the assessment must ensure that you have tested it. Is it clear? Anything else? Okay. So, please repeat if you have any questions. I will happy to answer that questions if you have, or you can remind me if I am missing anything, that you have raised the question but I have not given the answer. Please chat is open, I think so. So, you can indicate that this question I have not given the answer. So, if it is not, then I will show you in online also how you submit your assignment 4. Okay? So, if you see, okay. Now, if you see, this is the website I have shared. Now, NPTEL MOOC Pedagogy, this is the link. If you click there, then you have to register your course. So, I said somebody may be not engineering background, maybe not UG, PG, maybe some diploma course somebody is doing, somebody physiotherapist course. So, forget about the EG, PG, you choose randomly, because those are mandatory field. So, you choose randomly, core, elective, doesn't matter. Okay? Semester also doesn't matter. But what I said, once you register, you should write your course objective, that means course outcome. At the end of the course, what students should able to do. So, I will show you how to register. Let us course name, I said test. Institute, let us say ABCD. Okay? Then discipline, let us say ABCD. Then principal developer, let us say SDM. Then let us my email ID. I have not checked whether you are using that NPTEL MOOC email ID, because that will help me to evaluate your marks. So, please use your NPTEL MOOC login ID, that will be unique for you, so that I can provide you marks with your name. Okay? So, test.gmail.com. Let us password, I put one password, but 6 character password I have to put. Then contact number, I put any number, randomly I choose those things and submit. Okay? So, once I submit courses here, I think many of you have already registered. See that, so many courses are there. So, maybe this is not that important, so many courses are there. So, now I go to the test, go to the course development page, I give my email ID, test@gmail.com, then I give my password. Okay. So, what I want, you write, directly go to the course objective. So, if you see, in course objective, there is an interface. So, many of you may not know the Bloom taxonomy, I may not remember the Bloom taxonomy, doesn't matter. First, you write down your objective here. But this objective must have any one of those action verbs, because here those action verbs are listed which are measurable. You can see KNOW, know is also a action verb, but which is not measurable. That's why if you see know is not here. Understand is an action verb, but it is not measurable. That's why it will be not there. So if I click all, and then I can see all action verb in here. A, B, it is alphabetically order stored. So I write down my objective. Don't think about that action verb, cognitive level. First you write down your objective here. So I write down my objective, and that content, let's 3 action verb: apply, arrange, and let's compute. Okay. So 3 action verbs is there: apply, arrange, and compute. If I not select, so I can say that this action verb, which cognitive level I don't know. Sorry, apply, sorry, P is there. APP. Okay? Which cognitive level I don't know. Forget about that. So I have a 3 action verb. I don't know the cognitive level. So first action verb is apply. So apply, I go for apply. Click here, you see the application level. Okay. Then next action verb is arrange. I go for arrange. Knowledge level. So I know the application level is higher than the knowledge level. So I don't want to tag it arrange, I want to apply. Then there is another one which is compute. So I press C and go to compute. Compute, which is synthesis level. So synthesis level, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. Evaluation level is the highest level, knowledge is the lowest level. So since it is the synthesis level is the highest level, I will click compute here and submit it. Okay. Unless suppose I write something and no action verb is there, if I want to submit it, it will say please select appropriate action verb. That means you have not selected. If I select action verb, then submit it, then say selected action verb is not in the objective. So action verb must be in the objective. Unless the action verb is in the objective, you cannot submit it. Okay. Then I said course level problem. So here you can submit the course level problem. So if you submit the course, okay, I will answer this question later. So I just write down the problem here. Once you write down the objective, link with objective, all objective will be listed here. So suppose this problem is catered to this objective, I will click it and submit it. Understand? So this is the week 4 assignment. But what I say, at the end of this course, everybody, I request you to complete your course and use it for your day-to-day teaching, not only for NBA, for your day-to-day teaching. If you use it for your day-to-day teaching, I think it will change your teaching effectiveness. Student will enjoy, they will be engaged, they will be appreciate your course, because they are knowing something which they will be able to do. So they don't only rely on the 7 days before the exam, that kind of things. Okay. I received one question. That question is, being an affiliated institute tier 2, we can only suggest the modification in curriculum as per the industry requirement. If university does not modify that, what to do? Yes, this is a real challenge. So this is the unfortunate part of the education system, I can say, that syllabus, curriculum, or you can say the curriculum, till now it is not depends on outcome base. So you can say that university give you a curriculum which is a list of some topic. How much depth you want to go, that depends on your own college. So I will suggest, first write down the outcome based curriculum based on the topics which is provided by your university. So university only provided the list of topics, they never provided the depth of the course and breadth of the course, only they provide the list of topics. So based on the list of topic, you write down your outcome of the course. Then share your industry and collect the feedback from the industry. If I say the industry said that this syllabus is not correct, people will not believe. So once I write down the outcome of my course based on the university syllabus, and then I share this course with industry to comment on it, and I collect that comment and I go to the university, this is the comment given by the industry, please change this syllabus unless this course will be obsolete. So those will be more effective to the university also. Because if I say something, this is not suitable for me, nobody will believe it. If I am able to prove it, this is the problem, that's why I say this is not suitable for me. Then they have to change it. So I will request you, write down your outcome based curriculum based on the university, not only to prove that you are right and university wrong, but also to teach effectively in your class and collect that industry feedback, then go to the university that this is the industry feedback, what should I do? Okay? So that will be my suggestion. Anything else? So is there anything else? Okay. So I think that I have not depthly covered that many of the classes. You can say that I have squeezed it, but I can assure you that this course I am planning to do it better way also, on better way. So probably next run, which will coming in, I think one semester, I will stop it and will redesign the whole course, because my objective is to teach effectively, not NBA, not Washington Accords. My objective is that how to teach effectively, or other hand, how to implement NBA in the classroom, not to prepare the NBA document. NBA document is required by the students only, not by the authority or somebody else. So how to implement NBA in classroom, this is my motto and I want to do that. Next part, yes, there is some parts, 2 to 3 lectures is there, the good teaching attributes. So that part probably in the next run, I will completely redesign that part, because that part is different, requirement is different, that we not to measure the quality of the teacher, we want to, can we produce good teacher? That means what kind of attributes should I follow to become a good teacher? Not, this is not, so my intention is not only to measure the quality of teaching, I don't want to do that. We want to say that if I follow certain criteria, you may become a good teacher. So that we want to promote, and next run I think that I will be included in. So you have already collected the feedback and given to the university. Yes, that is true. I can, in that case, I can only suggest that if students are benefited, you use the modified version, because yes, there is a problem in university question will mismatch with your course outcome, or those kind of things will be there. So, what can I say? But I can say your university please look into this matter and modify the curriculum. That's I can say. For the affiliated institute university exam asks question of lower knowledge. Yes, this is the main drawback. You should raise that voice in university level that if you ask, suppose you design a question paper which can be answered by reading one day of the subject. So, why students should read for the 6 months? This is ridiculously, or you can say this reduces that student engagement, because they only know if I only solve this book, I can pass the exam. So, I have explained it that purpose of the examination system is not to provide the grade or marks to the students. Purpose of the examination system is to reinforce the teaching learning or ensure they have developed their skill. This is unfortunate part that all university follow the same question paper, same pattern, and which can be solved by only 7 days study. So, that is why student engagement is less. Yes, you can force your university design the question paper as per the course outcome, not the people will not able to answer. That is why I have to include some definition, some derivation. Those are not mandatory. Mandatory is that I have to develop the skill set among the students. Okay? Thank you. So, mostly I have covered whatever the question I get, I cover. Maybe my answer will not that 100% correct, but whatever is my area, you can say, I am able to clear it. So, again I am requesting all of you, please complete the course, not only that for this purpose of examination, complete it on your own and use it for your day-to-day teaching. That is called flip teaching. Don't give lecture in the class 1 hour. If you give the lecture 1 hour in the class, it is wastage of time, I can say. So, please design the outcome based curricula, record your video earlier, give it to the students, everything, whatever source you have. Then told the students, your objective or your aim is to reach the goal. At the end of the course, you should be able to design this, derive this, calculate this, determine this, not explain and describe, write a short note. Okay? So, I think we will conclude it. So, if you have any query, still if you have some query, you can post it forum or you can send it through mail. Okay? Thank you very much for joining, and I think I really enjoy it, and I think whatever I explain, it is clear to you. Thank you very much.